And look at that beautiful color. Nice, 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 nice. It's going around. Like this, and you want to whisk all that goodness in there. So I just want to get in here and spread this around a little bit more. It smells good. Look at all that, it look good, don't it? And that's why you need wide mouth jars. When you're doing meat, processing meat, you need the wide mouth jars. That's still boiling, look at that. Turkey wings, y'all. These turkey wings, not turkey wings, but these turkey wings, because they're going to be good and they smell. And I've been thinking about this recipe for a while. I am doing turkey wings with buffalo sauce. So just how I did the chicken wings with the buffalo sauce, I am doing the turkey wings with the buffalo sauce. So let's not waste any time. Let's get started. I have here, you can see my little icicles here I put in because I want to keep my water cold. I have here probably about 10 pounds of turkey wings. 10 pounds of turkey wings, but I say turkey wings, you know how I am. But I got about 10 pounds of turkey wings. So I'm just going to show you how I'm going to get these cut up. And the wing in this pack comes already pre-cut a little bit. So be very careful. I just sharpened my knife again. So you want to get this wing cut off. Okay. And just want to go like this, fold it. Once you get it sorted, it's easier just to fold it like that. Okay. Then this part here, how I do mine, I cut like this here. I like to go like this. Okay, we're going to go to the cutting board. Go like this. And I like to cut here. You can kind of find that groove in there. Get in between that gristle. Then I'll take it and I'll break that bad boy like that. Then I'll fold it and I will cut it like that. So that's how you cut, that's how I cut a turkey wing, and that's the easiest way for me. And after you do that, then you know we want to give it a good rinse. You want to give it a good rinse. You want to rinse any of that excess skin or anything like that that don't look good. And you plus while you're rinsing, and you see this here, the little feather left in here, you want to pluck these out of here. You don't want that, so you want to pluck. So that's why you want to give it a good rinse, and you want to feel your turkey as you're giving it a good rinse to make sure that you don't feel any more feathers that could be stuck in here. So you want to give it a good rinse. I usually like to shake some of that excess water off, and then I pick up the next piece and do the same thing. You want to give it a good feel while you're rinsing it. You want to give it a good feel. You want to look at it good, make sure there's no feathers in here. Get anything, rub anything on here that's not supposed to be here. And another good shake. And what I like about this recipe here, you can do the wingettes. You can do the turkey wings. The little wingettes can be processed also in your jars with the regular leg and thigh. So this is a good thing here, and I like it. And I'm going to do quart-size jars. I'm going to do wide mouth. I like wide mouth jars because it's easy to put the meat in, and they're very roomy. So I'm going to finish washing this up. I got all my spices and everything ready, but I'm going to show you all that when we get back. But for now, I'm going to finish getting these turkey wings cut up, y'all. Turkey wings. I got all these turkey wings washed up and ready to go. Yeah, I put this on the scale. I want to see how much this weigh. These couple pieces here almost weigh 1 pound. Almost 1 pound. So I'm excited about that. So yeah, I got a lot of turkey wings here. But anyway, I'm going to get ready and season this up just a little bit. And I'm going to put a little poultry seasoning. You can put how much you want on here. I'm just going to put a little bit here. And what I'm going to do is get this seasoned up a little bit, y'all. And then what I want to do, just put how much you like. And then what I want to do, I'm going to get this seasoned up, and I'm going to put this in the refrigerator, because after this here, then I'm going to have to make that buffalo sauce. All right, here's a little Tony Satchon. Don't have to be much because I got a lot of seasoning going in that buffalo sauce. So I'm just gonna get it and season it. So you just want to season it like this, and you don't want too much. You don't want to overwhelm it because you're gonna have that buffalo sauce. But these are some nice turkey wings. Nice turkey wings. So I'm gonna season this up, y'all. I just wanted to show you. And what I want to do, I'm gonna put these in some Ziploc bags. Put a little more lemon pepper, because I love lemon pepper. There we go. Okay, so this just season it up a little bit. This here don't have to be measured out. This seasoning here don't have to be measured out. And this is a 2-day process. 2 days. You can do it the same day, or you could do it in 24 hours. But you know me, I like my 2-day process. So this is enough seasoning. So what I'm gonna do now, see these Ziploc bags? Because I want to keep my meat cold while I'm cooking that buffalo sauce. So I'm just going to take some meat here. This is what you want to do. Take some meat, put it in a Ziploc bag. And plus we're going to leave some room in the Ziploc bag because after we cook that sauce, we're going to let that sauce cool down. And then we're going to add the sauce inside the bag. And that's going to marinate. That is going to marinate for 2 days. So I just wanted to show you what I'm going to do. But for now, I'm going to put this in the refrigerator. I'm going to finish bagging this up, put this in the refrigerator. And when I come back, we'll be making that buffalo sauce. All right, can't wait. Welcome back. I put my turkey wings in the refrigerator because I like to keep it cold. I don't want to leave my meat sitting out. And I have about 14 pounds of turkey wings. That's a lot of meat. And because you know I say go big or go home. So anyway, this here is going to be the buffalo sauce recipe. I am going to triple my recipe. But I'm just going to make a double batch right now. Then I'm going to go back after that and make a single batch. But this is the recipe. You're going to have a 1/2 cup of butter, which was equal 1 stick of butter. But since I'm doubling, I got 2 sticks of butter. And we got, if you was doing a single serve, it'd be 1.5 cups of hot sauce. And I got 3 cups of hot sauce. And I am doing 4 tablespoons of vinegar, because like I say, all mine's going to be double. When I get through, then I'm going to go back and give y'all the single version in case you want to make it yourself. This is good for about 5 to 6 pounds of chicken wings if you're doing chicken wings, but I'm doing turkey wings, so I know I'm going to need more sauce than what I'm making today. So I have, I have 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire, which is here. I have 2 tablespoons of garlic. I have 2 1/4 teaspoons of pink salt. I have 2 teaspoons of parsley. I have 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika. If you don't have smoked, then you can use regular. I have 2 1/4 teaspoons of cayenne pepper. And I have the clear gel. Once again, to do this recipe, you need the clear gel. You cannot use the regular pectin or anything like that. You have to have the clear gel. I'm getting ready to cook that. You cook this on a medium heat. I'm getting ready to turn that on the medium heat. And the first thing you want to do is put your butter. You want to put your butter in. I should have had this open already, y'all. But here you go. You want to put your butter in. My butter has melted pretty good with my wooden spoon. This is my deep pan. How many inches this pan is, I don't know, but it's pretty deep. But I know it can hold 2 batches of this buffalo sauce. So now I'm going to go ahead and add, I put my hot sauce in a pot here because I didn't want it staining up into my bowls. So I put my hot sauce in a pot because I know this is not going to stain my pot up. So I'm going to slowly pour this in. Get some of that out. I got to get all that goodness out of there if we can, that hot sauce. Louisiana hot sauce. You can use whatever hot sauce you want, but this is Louisiana hot sauce. Okay. So I'm going to give this a little stir like this. I'm keeping my heat on medium. Keep your heat on medium, because you will want this to come to a boil. But you want to keep your heat on medium to come to a boil, okay? So I'm just stirring this in. Now I'm going to get ready and put my dry spices in. It smells good. I'm going to just stir that a little bit. My heat is on medium, just keeping it on medium. Just working this around a little bit. Now, leave that right there. Now I'm going to start with the vinegar. Let's pour that in. The Worcestershire sauce. And pour that in. I'm going to give it a little stir. Okay. Now, here's my garlic. This is my garlic. Granulated garlic. This is granulated garlic. You can use garlic powder, minced garlic, whatever you want to use. This is my pink salt right here. Putting that in next. My pink Himalayan salt. Pink Himalayan salt. That's what kind of salt that is. I'm not using iodine. Do not use regular salt. You can use pickling salt. You can use sea salt, but you just don't use iodine salt. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put some more ingredients in. Okay, this is my parsley and smoked paprika. This is my parsley and the smoked paprika. I love that smoky flavor, y'all. It smells so good. So now I'm going to give this another little stir right here. Okay. Yeah, because the reason why I'm going to make another sauce after this one, this is for a double batch, but I want to make another single sauce because these turkey wings are so big. It's not like I'm doing chicken wings. These turkey wings are so big, and I'd rather have enough sauce than not enough sauce. So I'm going to do an extra sauce after I do this one, just a single sauce. Okay, and I'm going to go on with the cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper. That would give it a kick, y'all. Give it that hot flavor. Put a little spice. Put a little spice to it. You know, we all need a little spice in our life. Oh, yeah. You got hot sauce and cayenne pepper. It smells so good. Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to do, y'all, I'm going to keep stirring this here till this come to a boil. And when it come to a boil, I'm going to get back with it. But I'm going to just keep stirring it. You don't have to stir the whole constant time, but I'm just keep stirring it. All right, we are at a boil. So now I switch from my wooden spoon to my spatula with my whisk. I was going to say spatula, y'all, but I mean whisk. So we just want to whisk this in a little bit. So I'm going to set my timer for, let's do for 1 minute. There, we want to whisk this for 1 minute. And see that beautiful color? This is not going to be a vigorously boil because you just at a medium heat. Not going to be nothing outrageous boiling. But we did reach our boil point. So we just want to whisk it in now. And it smells so good. You can smell that barbecue, and not barbecue. You can smell that hot sauce smell so good. And look at that beautiful color. Nice, 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 nice. So this is a double batch. This will be a raw pack when I do it. I will be using quart-size containers. So we got a few more seconds. So after we whisk this for 1 minute, we will add our clear gel. We will add the clear gel. It's going around. Like this, and you want to whisk all that goodness in there. It smells so good. My timer is off. So You can still see, because this is about the kind of boil you're going to have right here. It's not going to be nothing vigorously because this is just a medium boil. So then you turn your stove off. Before you add the clear gel, turn your stove off. I'm going to set my whisk right here. I am going to get my clear gel. And you have to use clear gel. You can't use regular pectin because it's not formulated for this barbecue sauce recipe. Only the clear gel. And you would not find it in your local supermarkets because I've tried. This is something you will have to order online. Been there, done that. So I got my stove off. Now I'm just going to whisk this clear gel a little at a time. Good whisk. Give it a good whisk. Because you're breaking down this clear gel powder into your sauce. You're breaking it down. You're helping it break down. That's why you're giving a good whisk. Because we are trying to break down this clear gel here, this powder. And let me put a little bit more. So you just keep whisking that in. And it thickens as you go. You can see it is thickening up. That's what this clear gel process does. It makes this sauce a little thicker. And that's what we want. So this clear gel is help thickening this up. Yeah, because I searched Walmart, I searched Publix, I searched everywhere. My husband had to finally order this stuff online. So I got me a big bag of it. So I don't have to go across the country trying to find it. Okay. So we got that in. Y'all, I've been busy today, y'all. I made some more pineapple jam. Yes, more pineapple jam. Yes, I've been busy. So when you get this whisk in really well, because you want to whisk this for about a few minutes after you get the clear gel in, the last little bit. So, and then we're going to let this sit for about 25 minutes because now this sauce needs to cool off. So I'm going to let this sauce sit for about 25 or 30 minutes. I'll say 30 minutes because I want to make sure it's cool. So then I'm going to bring you back and we're going to start putting this in the bag. 30 minutes. Okay, y'all, welcome back. The sauce has cooled off for you, okay? We're going to get one more zip it. Get all that excess air that you can, get it out. You want to get that out. Okay, and then you want to mix it really well. Just go like this here. This is a 2-day process, y'all. Y'all know how I like to do it. You know how I like to do it. I got to go them 2 days, y'all. I got to go them 2 days. You can do this for 24 hours if you want to. I wouldn't do it the same day, but if you want to wait just 24 hours, you can. But I like to do 2 days because I want all the spices and everything to sink in. And you know, like I say, we shaking. But today, guess what, y'all? So I got these two I wanted to show you. But guess what? I got a surprise for you. We shaking. And look, y'all. And we did, if Willie can get some pictures, we did do some baking. We baked some turkey wings today, y'all. We baked some turkey wings today. So I can't shake it and we ain't baking because we baking today. So let me go over this recipe with y'all one more time because I got my other one side out here because I'm going to do one more batch. So this is, if you're doing just for the 5 to 6 pounds of chicken wings or turkey wings, you would use 1.5 cups of Louisiana style hot sauce or whatever hot sauce you want, half a stick of butter, which is 1 pack, 2 tablespoons of vinegar, 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, 1 tablespoon of garlic, 1/4 a tablespoon of pink Himalayan sea salt, 1 teaspoon of parsley, 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, and 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And you save your clear gel to 1 tablespoon of clear gel. You save that to the end. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna give y'all the standard recipe. The standard recipe for this buffalo wing sauce is you have 1.5 cups of hot sauce. I got Louisiana hot sauce. You can use whatever hot sauce you want. I got half a cup of butter, which is just 1 thing of butter. I have 2 tablespoons of vinegar. I have 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire. I have 1 teaspoon of granulated garlic powder, but you can use whichever one you want. I have 1/4 teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt. I have 1 teaspoon of parsley. I have 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika. I have 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And I have 1 tablespoon of clear gel. So this is your standard recipe for this buffalo wing sauce. So it's a very good recipe. You will enjoy it. You can put it in your chicken, your turkey wings. So it is part 2. That's right. It is part 2 of this process. I have all my wings out the bags. So I have all my wings out the bags. I want to mix it up a little bit here. My hands are clean. So, but I want to show you, I have my All-American is on the stove. I have my rack in the bottom. Willie can get a picture of that. So make sure you have a rack in the bottom of your pressure canner. You cannot cook without a rack being on the bottom. Your jars will break and shake and rattle and roll, and you don't want that. So you always want to make sure you got a rack in the bottom. I have my 2 inches of water in here already. I've already put a little bit of vinegar in here. I already done that already, so I don't forget. Because if I don't do it now, I'm going to forget, y'all. I'm going to forget. All right. And I am doing quart-size jars. Quart-size jars is what I am going to do. This is a raw pack. I'm doing a raw pack, and I'm using quart-size jars. Okay, and my head space is 1 1/4 inch to 1.5 head inch space. So I've done one already, and my jars are going to be like 1 1/4 inch head space. These is right there, y'all, right there, because these are big fat wings. They are some big fat turkey wings. So as of now, I have 3 in a jar. I could put 4 because all I got to do is put another little wing tip in there. But I'm going to start jarring these up. So let's just dive into it. Let's get to it. These are going to be buffalo turkey wings because I made the buffalo sauce. And yes, I did an additional sauce with the standard recipe additional because I had to do it. You know, I had to do the first day I did it twice, a double batch. So I had to go back and do 1 more standard batch, okay, because these wings are big. So my hands are clean. So I just want to get in here and spread this around a little bit more. It smells good. I'm not going to get all these wings done tonight. I know that. But I want to go ahead and get them all in here with this extra sauce because I had my extra sauce in the freezer and I had to take it out and thaw it out and add it with this here because I just didn't like the way it was looking. It wasn't enough sauce. I want some sauce on here. So I got that done. So that looks good. These are turkey wings. Turkey wings. Let me rinse my hands, y'all. Oh, I got to get this off. Okay. They're going to get dirty anyway again. But right now, I'm just going to rinse some of this off. You know, I'm going to get all saucy up. I'm going to get all saucy up again. Okay, I'm going to get all saucy up again. All right. So, let me dry my hands off. I got my paper towels over here, y'all. You know, I like to keep my paper towel handy because I'm going to need them because I'm going to show you how I'm going to wipe down my jars after I get my wings in there. So, let's go ahead and get this jar. Make sure you check your jars. Make sure there's no nicks, no cracks. So, these jars are good. Make sure when you buy a new pack of jars, make sure you wash your jars and your lids and your rings. Make sure you wash them in warm soapy water, hot soapy water. Make sure you wash them really, really well because I took these out the pack and I just wanted to smell it and it did have a funny smell to it. So you want to make sure your jars are clean and ready to go. And also you want to make sure your lids You want to check your lids and make sure they look good. Make sure they're not dent or bent, because you don't want to use any lids that are dent and bent. So let's start jarring these up. So what I'm going to do is take a big fat leg. Look at all that. It look good, don't it? And that's why you need wide mouth jars. When you're doing meat, processing meat, you need the wide mouth jars. The wide mouth jars. Let me see. Okay. I'm going to put it in. Yeah, because this is, you're going to need there. I want that right down there. And let me get a flat. Yep, I'm right at that 1 1/4 inch headspace in a wing. So I got 3 pieces in there. 3 pieces in there. You see, that's why I got to wipe it down really well. So I'm going to show you pipe one more. We're going to get that turkey leg, get that big turkey leg. Put him down there. Kind of scoot it over in the corner so you can be below that headspace. Get a wing. And we're going to find another flat. Okay. And we got 3 pieces in there. Really comfortable. They're not tight. You don't want it too tight. You want to have room to breathe. And now what you want to do now, we're going to, that's why I got my paper towels right here, y'all. We're going to get this paper towel and you're going to wipe. I'm going to wipe on the inside like this, because I don't want this sauce to interfere with my rings, with my lids sealing. So I want to get that a good wipe down. You want to get that, see how I'm doing that? You want to get that a good wipe down. See, you want to get that inside. And I got me a bag over there, put that in. So I'm going to wipe one more time, because I want to give it a good wipe down. Now that I've done that, I want to get me another paper towel, and I want to dip this in my vinegar. I got my vinegar right here. So you want to have your workstation already prepped, everything ready to go. As you can see, I got my turkey here. I got my debubbler here. I got my lid lifter. This is my lid lifter. I have my lid lifter, magnetic lid lifter, ready to go. I have my vinegar, and I have my lids. I just got to grab my rings. But before I wipe it down with vinegar, remember, you got the debubble. Debubble. You still have the debubble. You still have the debubble. The recipe do tell you to debubble. You still need to debubble. So I debubbled, and I see a little here I want to get on. Now I got my vinegar. Now, you want to wipe it down good with that vinegar. I don't care how much paper towels or whatever you got to use. Use whatever you need to use to get this thing wiped down, y'all. So you want to get that, make sure that's wiped down. Okay. Now I'm pleased with that. Now I'm going to put the lid on here. Put the lid. I just have my lid in tap warm water. And tap warm water. Now, here's my lid ring. Make sure your lid rings look good. Make sure they're not dent or bent. You want to make sure they look good also. If they dent or bent, throw them away. Okay, so now this is a raw pack. Everything is cold. Everything is cold. The water in my pressure cooker is cold. My jars are cold. My meat is cold. Everything is cold. I just got this soaking in a little warm water because of the glue on here, and I think it'll get a better seal soaking a little warm water because of the glue. But I'm going to finish this all up. Now I'm going to get ready to start putting my jars in my pressure canner. Like I say, this is cold. Everything is cold. I got 4 pieces in here, and what I did, I put 1 leg, 1 flat, and 2 wings. So I was able to get 4, so it's not really compacted. It's still loosely fit. So let's begin to put them in the canner. I fit 2 inches of water. Got my vinegar already. I get 7 quarts in my canner. 7 quarts in my canner. And be very careful. Put them in the canner. Want to make sure everybody got a little swimming room in here. So just take your time, put them in the canner. Go ahead and put this one in the middle. Even so, you see how the water rises up? So, got one more. Okay. Everything looks good. Now, I did grease this a little with a little Vaseline. I put it around here. And I greased my wing nuts. I put a little Vaseline around here. And I did check my vent hole. Check your vent hole. This is my vent hole. It is clear. And how you check your vent hole, you want to hold your lid up and you want to look through your vent hole. If you can see through your vent hole, which I see my cabinets, then that means your vent hole is clear. Okay, and I did put a little bit more Vaseline around here and a little here, and I put a little in between the notches. Okay, so let's get ready to put the lid on. Now, I'm going to find my notch right here, and my arrow right here. And this needs to line up. Okay? So, let me see. Okay, as you can see, that lines up. And I'm going to double check it again. There you go. That lines up perfectly. Now, I want to check and make sure I got space here, here, like there. Let me take a look over here. Yes, it is perfectly spaced. So now I want to start putting my wing nuts on. Opposite sides, y'all. Opposite sides. I'm not bearing down on these wing nuts. I'm just getting them till they could just stay in place. All I want them to do is just stay in place right now. Not bearing down on anything. I'm going to keep everything even as possible. Okay, now I got my wing nuts. It's holding everything in place, holding my lid in place. So now I want to go back to the opposite end again, opposite sides again. Now we just want to go a little tighter. Bam. Bam. Not too much tighter, just a little bit more tighter. And then I want to go opposite ends again. Bam. A little more tighter. Bam. A little more. And bam. Now I want to do it again. Maybe I'm doing it too many times, somebody might say, but this is the way I feel comfortable doing it. Okay. And now, since everything looks still good, everything looks good around here, and then I go back individually, but still opposite ends. There, see, I can't turn it no more. There we go. Good. Good and tight. Good. Okay. I'm pleased with that. Make sure your canner is level and in position the way you want it on your stove, because once this stuff get to cooking and pop, you cannot move this canner. So make sure your canner is the way you want it. Make sure it's centered on your eye already, because you cannot move this canner once you start the canning process. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn my stove. Since everything, I'm going to turn it on medium for right now, because I just want everything to gradually come up to pressure. I'm not going to turn it on high because this is everything cold, but I want it to kind of gradually get a little warm first. And once it get a little warm, then I turn that baby up on high and we will start the venting process. So I'm going to get back with y'all when I start the venting process on high, but right now I'm just going to let this come up to a good temperature that I'm comfortable at. Then I'm going to crank it up on high. So we'll let that sit there for a minute. Okay, welcome back. We are venting. Got a steady flow of steam. You can't see it, but you can hear it. That paper towel. Steady flow of steam. So I'm going to set my timer, y'all, for 10 minutes. We are venting. 10 minutes. There we go. Going to set it for 10 minutes, and after that, I will be setting my timer for 75 minutes after it reaches the 10 pounds of pressure. But right now we're venting. They got a little ways to go. All right. We are done venting. Now I'm getting ready to put the regulator on. I'm at 10 pounds of pressure. 10 pounds for pressure. My elevation level here in Central Florida is 8,000 feet. So I'm 10 pounds for pressure. Don't want to put this on. Be very careful. Okay. So we're going to let this build up between 10 to 11 pounds of pressure. I'm going to turn my eye down because I don't want it to go overly hot. So I'm going to turn that down and let that build up to 10 pounds of pressure. And next time I see you guys, we will be taking the lid off and taking our jars out. Woohoo! Okay, y'all, we are done. This is down to 0, as you can see. Here, we are down into 0. So we are going to do the reveal now. This cooked for 75 minutes. I used quart-size jars and it cooked for 75 minutes. This much pressure cooked for 75 minutes. Okay. And it has been off for a while and I let it cool down an additional 10 minutes. So I'm getting ready to take the lid off. So be careful when you get ready to take this regulator off. There's still pressure in this pot. There's still pressure. So be very careful. There's some steam. As you can see, it's not a whole lot, but there's still some steam there. So let's get ready to unlock this here. Okay, let's unscrew these here. Okay, the wing nuts. Let's be very careful because this pressure cooker is hot. And my gauge is down to 0. So I'm going to take the lid off and I'm going to turn the lid away from me. So make sure anytime you take the lid off your pressure cooker, you turn the lid away from you because you don't want the steam coming at you. So we want the steam to go away from us. So be very careful. I'm going to take the lid off, untwist it, pick it up, away from you slowly. And that steam, it releases itself. You probably can see it. I'm going to sit my lid on a mat. I always have a mat for my lid, waiting for my lid. I don't want my hot lid sitting on my countertop. So I always have a mat. Now I'm going to get my jar lifter. This is my jar lifter. And, oh, it smells so good. And I'm going to take the first jar. And you don't have to add any liquid, y'all. Do not add any liquid. This will make its own juices. This will make its own juice. So don't add any liquid to this. Okay. I would not add any liquid. Some people add liquid, but I don't recommend it. Because you don't want to take a chance of this siphoning and overflowing. It has enough juice in here on its own. And they're still boiling. Still boiling. Still boiling. Oh, it smells so good. And let these jars sit for 12 to 24 hours. Let the jars sit 12 to 24 hours. And let them cool off. Do not move these jars. Do not touch these jars. Just let them rest for 12 to 24 hours. And after they rest, make sure you check and see that everything has sealed. Make sure everything has sealed. And once everything is sealed, then the only thing you're going to remove from these jars is the rings. The lids will remain. And then you will wash your jars to get any film off. It's a little, wash that, get that off. And then you will make sure you put a date, make sure you put a label on here and date what day you process these. That's still boiling, look at that. Turkey wings, y'all. These turkey wings, not turkey wings, but these turkey wings, because they're going to be good and they smell good. Oh, yeah. There we go. Still boiling. Look at that. Boiling, boiling, boiling. So this is going to be good. So I got 7 quarts, and tomorrow I will be canning 7 more quarts. So I'm so excited to get this recipe done. It smells so good. It smells wonderful. So if you want to see more videos like this, we got lots of content. Keep looking at all the videos that we have posted. We got more content coming to you and for you. And as always, we do thank you for sticking around with us. And don't forget, y'all, hit that like and subscribe. And we will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.